Ladies, let me tell you something. When a man is obsessed with you, you will know it. You won't have to guess. A man in love will show it, but a man obsessed will make it loud and clear. Obsession can be cute at first, but it can also get real messy. There's a fine line between love and control, and if you're not paying attention, you might mistake obsession for devotion. When a man is obsessed, it's not about caring for you. It's about his own fears, insecurities, and need for control. He's always checking in. A man who truly loves you will check in because he cares. He wants to know how your day is going and make sure you're safe and share little moments with you. But a man obsessed, he's calling, texting, FaceTiming, DMing all day. You wake up, there's a text. You sneeze, he asks if you're okay. You change your profile picture and suddenly he's writing poetry in your inbox. It starts off as sweet, but before you know it, he's keeping track of your every move. If you don't text back right away, he starts sending question marks. If you don't pick up his call, he calls again and again. Then he sends a voice note. Then he checks if you're active on social media. And if you post something before replying to him, now he's got an attitude. This isn't just love, it's surveillance. A man who respects you will give you space, but a man obsessed will try to insert himself into every moment of your life. He gets jealous over nothing. A little jealousy is normal. It's natural to feel protective over someone you love. But there's a difference between feeling protective and acting possessive. A man obsessed with you doesn't just get jealous. He gets mad, paranoid, and starts accusing you of things that don't even make sense. You say hello to a male coworker and suddenly he's asking why you're flirting. You take too long to respond to a text and now he's convinced you're talking to someone else. If a guy likes your Instagram picture, he wants to know who he is, how you know him, and why he's showing up in your notifications. A confident man knows he has you and he trusts you. An obsessed man thinks he's losing you every second of the day, even when you're doing nothing wrong. A healthy man might ask, "Who's that?" with a laugh just out of curiosity. An obsessed man asks, "Who's that?" with suspicion, already creating scenarios in his mind. It gets exhausting because no matter how much you reassure him, he doesn't believe you. The truth is, his insecurity isn't about you, it's about him. No amount of explaining will fix a man who doesn't trust you. And a man who doesn't trust you will only bring you stress. He wants you to himself all the time. When a man is in love, he wants to spend time with you. He enjoys your company, makes plans, and prioritizes you. But an obsessed man, he wants all your time. If you make plans with your friends, he gets upset. If you visit your family, he asks why he wasn't invited. If you try to take time for yourself, he makes you feel guilty. At first, it might seem flattering. He just really likes you, right? But then you start canceling plans with your girls because he makes a fuss. You stop visiting your family as often because he always finds a way to make it about him. You stop doing the things you love because he pouts when you're not around. Without even realizing it, you're isolating yourself, and that's exactly what he wants. A healthy man supports your independence. He encourages you to have a life outside of him. He doesn't see your friends as competition. He doesn't make you feel guilty for spending time with your family. He respects your space and knows that a strong relationship doesn't mean being glued together 24/7. An obsessed man, on the other hand, sees distance as a threat. He believes that if you're not constantly with him, you might realize you don't. And that's his biggest fear, losing control over you. He moves too fast. When a man meets the right woman, he knows. But a man obsessed, he's already planning your wedding before y'all even had a second date. He tells you he loves you after a week. He wants to move in together after a month. He's talking about marriage, kids, and a future you haven't even had time to think about yet. Now, some men just fall hard and fast, but obsession is different. An obsessed man doesn't care about building something real. He just wants to lock you down as quickly as possible. He's not trying to get to know you. He's trying to claim you. If you try to slow things down, he takes it personally. He accuses you of not being serious, of playing games, of not appreciating how much he loves you. But love isn't rushed. A real man knows that relationships take time. He builds with you, not for you. A man who truly loves you will make you feel safe, cherished, and respected. He won't suffocate you. He won't question your every move. He won't try to control your time, your friends, or your decisions. Obsession might look like deep love at first, but is rooted in insecurity, fear, and the need to control. If you notice these signs, step back and ask yourself if this is love or if it's too much. A little jealousy is normal. It's natural to feel protective over someone you love. But there's a difference between feeling protective and acting possessive. A man obsessed with you doesn't just get jealous. He gets mad, paranoid, and starts accusing you of things that don't even make sense. You say hello to a male coworker, and suddenly he's asking why you're flirting. You take too long to respond to a text, and now he's convinced you're talking to someone else. If a guy likes your Instagram picture, he wants to know who he is, how you know him, and why he's showing up in your notifications. A confident man knows he has you, and he trusts you. An obsessed man thinks he's losing you every second of the day, even when you're doing nothing wrong. At first, it might seem like he just really likes you. He tells you it's because he loves you so much. He says he just doesn't want to lose you. But love isn't about control. Love isn't about making you feel guilty for innocent interactions. Love isn't about assuming the worst about the person you're with. When a man is obsessed, every little thing becomes a problem. He watches you closely, looking for signs that you're interested in someone else. Even if you've given him no reason to doubt you, he still does. It's exhausting because you constantly feel like you have to prove your loyalty. No matter how much you reassure him, he doesn't believe you. You start to feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid that anything you say or do might set him off. He may start asking you to change the way you dress. If you wear something that he thinks is too revealing, he questions why you're trying to impress other men. He might get upset if you wear makeup, accusing you of wanting attention. When you're out in public together, he watches how other men look at you, and if he catches someone glancing in your direction, he takes it out on you. He starts arguments over things that aren't your fault. If another man speaks to you, even politely, he acts like you've done something wrong, and if you try to explain that you weren't flirting, that you were just being friendly or professional, he calls you naive. He tells you that you don't understand how men think and that he's just trying to protect you. But he's not protecting you, he's controlling you. The more time you spend with him, the more isolated you become. You start avoiding certain situations just to keep the peace. You don't talk to your male friends as much because you know it will start a fight. You hesitate before replying to messages because you're worried about how he'll react. Even when you're not with him, you feel like he's watching you. You double-check everything you do, wondering if it's something that might make him upset. At first, you might tell yourself that this is just how relationships are, that jealousy is a sign of love. But deep down, you start to feel trapped. Love is supposed to make you feel safe, not suffocated. When you go out, he expects constant updates. If you don't reply fast enough, he accuses you of ignoring him. He asks for proof of where you are, sometimes even asking you to send pictures. If you're having fun with your friends, he might suddenly start an argument just to pull your attention back to him. He might say things like, "I guess you're too busy for me now." Or, "I bet you're having so much fun you forgot all about me." He makes you feel guilty for enjoying yourself without him. And if you start to argue back, he flips it on you, saying you don't care about his feelings. Over time, the jealousy only gets worse. If he sees you smiling at your phone, he demands to know who you're talking to. If you get a call from an unknown number, he assumes it's another man. He might even try to go through your phone when you're not looking. If he finds something he doesn't like, no matter how innocent, he turns it into a huge issue. He doesn't just want your loyalty, he wants complete control over your attention. Jealousy like this isn't love. Love is built on trust. A man who truly loves you won't make you feel guilty for being yourself. He won't see every other man as a threat. He won't turn small things into reasons to doubt you. An obsessed man doesn't want love, he wants possession. He wants to control how you interact with the world. And the longer you stay, the more you'll start to feel like you're losing yourself. It starts with small things, but over time it becomes suffocating. You deserve a love that makes you feel free, not one that makes you feel trapped. When a man is in love, he wants to spend time with you. He enjoys your company, makes plans, and prioritizes you. But an obsessed man wants all your time. If you make plans with your friends, he gets upset. If you visit your family, he asks why he wasn't invited. If you try to take time for yourself, he makes you feel guilty. At first, it might seem flattering. It feels like he just really likes you and wants to be around you. He tells you that you're the best part of his day, that he never feels as happy as he does when he's with you. But over time, it stops feeling sweet and starts feeling suffocating. You begin to notice that every time you have something planned without him, it's a problem. Maybe he suddenly isn't feeling well and needs you to come over instead. Maybe he picks a fight right before you're about to leave so that you feel too drained to go out. Maybe he just keeps calling or texting while you're out, pulling your attention away from the people you're with. He doesn't want you to have a life outside of him. If you do, he feels like he's losing control and he can't handle it. It starts small. Maybe he complains that he misses you too much when you're with your friends. Then he says he doesn't like your friends, that they're a bad influence. If you keep spending time with him, he says they don't really care about you the way he does. He might start questioning why you even want to spend time with them when you could be with him instead. Slowly, you start canceling plans more often. It's just easier that way. You don't want to deal with the guilt, the arguments, or the constant messages. Before you know it, you're spending almost all your time with him. Your friends start to notice, and maybe they bring it up, asking why you're always busy. You make excuses. You tell them you've just been really into your relationship. You tell yourself that it's normal for couples to spend a lot of time together. And while that's true, there's a difference between wanting to be with someone and being pressured into it. When you love someone, you want them to be happy, not to feel trapped. A healthy relationship allows you to have your own space, your own life, your own interests. A man who truly loves you will want you to be happy even when he's not around. An obsessed man will want to be your whole world. If you do manage to spend time away from him, he makes sure you don't enjoy it. He might act distant when you see him again, making you feel like you've done something wrong. Maybe he says something small that sticks with you, something like, "I guess you had more fun without me?" It's a way of making you feel guilty without starting a full argument. Or he might ask so many questions about your time away that it feels like an interrogation. He needs to know exactly where you went, who you were with, and what you talked about. Even if nothing happened, he'll find a way to make it seem like something did. If you tell him you need space, he takes it personally. He makes you feel like asking for time alone is the same as rejecting him. He says things like, "I guess I'm just not enough for you," or "I don't understand why you need time away from me if you really love me." You start to feel guilty for wanting independence. You start questioning yourself, wondering if maybe you really should want to be with him all the time. He convinces you that love means never needing space. But that's not true. The more time you spend only with him, the more he controls your world. You start to lose sight of yourself. You stop doing the things you used to love because he doesn't like them. You stop talking to people you were once close to because he doesn't approve. You start thinking twice before making any plans that don't include him because you know he'll be upset. It doesn't feel like a relationship anymore. It feels like a cage. At first, you might not even realize what's happening. You tell yourself that this is just what love looks like. You think back to how much he loved you in the beginning, how much he adored you, and you convince yourself that this is just his way of showing he cares. But deep down, something feels off. You start to feel anxious when you think about spending time with other people. You start to feel guilty when you do things without him. Love isn't supposed to feel like this. Love is supposed to make you feel safe, supported, and free. A man who loves you will want you to be happy even when he's not by your side. A man who is obsessed with you will try to make sure you never leave his side. Love should feel like freedom, not a cage. It should lift you up, not weigh you down. A man who truly loves you will want to be part of your life, not control every aspect of it. He will trust you, respect your space, and encourage you to have your own identity outside of the relationship. Love is about companionship, not possession. When a man becomes obsessed, it stops being about love and turns into control. It becomes about his insecurities, his fears, and his need to make sure you don't leave. But love is not about holding on too tightly. It's about allowing each other to breathe. Obsession might seem flattering at first. It can feel like intense passion, like deep commitment. But over time, it begins to suffocate you. It makes you question your decisions, your independence, and even your self-worth. You start feeling guilty for things you should never feel guilty about. Spending time with friends, focusing on your goals, or simply wanting space. A man who is obsessed with you will try to make you feel like your life should revolve around him. He will make you feel like love means always being available, always prioritizing him, and always proving your loyalty. But that's not love. That's control disguised as devotion. The most dangerous thing about an obsessive relationship is how easily it can take over your life. It doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small things. Him wanting to spend all his time with you, him questioning who you talk to, him making you feel bad for having a life outside of him. But little by little, those things add up. You start changing your behavior, avoiding things that might upset him, making excuses for his actions. By the time you realize what's happening, you might already feel trapped. You might feel like you've lost yourself in the process. But here's the truth. Real love doesn't require you to give up your freedom. A healthy relationship allows both people to grow, to have their own lives, to trust each other without fear. If a man truly loves you, he will respect your choices. He will celebrate your independence, not try to take it away. He will understand that love isn't about constantly proving yourself, but about feeling safe, secure, and valued. If you ever feel like a relationship is taking away your happiness, your confidence, or your sense of self, it's time to step back and ask yourself if this is truly love. You deserve to be in a relationship that makes you feel empowered, not controlled. Love should bring you peace, not anxiety. And most importantly, love should be built on trust, not fear. If a man is obsessed with you, it's not a reflection of how much he loves you. It's a reflection of how much he fears losing control. Real love is about balance, respect, and freedom. Anything less isn't love at all.